Okay, you gotta address a couple of things first. First things first. Um, I love the 2JZ. It's a good old engine. Hell, they're known for 350, 450,000 miles before you got to change them out if you don't hot rod it and get on it too much. Hey, look, there's Fiddleback. Looks like. What are you doing, Mr. Fiddleback? I think I see. I can't see. I got the camera flip fucking cattywampus. Hey, Mr. Fiddleback. Hey, what are you doing? Okay, so anyways, here's the deal. Look, you see me as I got done took a dip in the fucking swimming pool? That's not put on. That's that's some damn sweat. All of it. Anyways, 25 years. I have 25 years in the state of Missouri. 13 years consecutively. And just passing through and shit. You know what I'm saying? So a total of actually living here in the state of Missouri, about 16 years. All right. So let's see. So that means it's been I don't know. I'm terrible with math, but that means I was here in the 90s. Okay. Now you're going to get mixed reviews on this, depending on who you ask. But I never, ever seen the day. And Missouri has always been a funky state when it comes to weather. Like you can't. There's no. You just don't know. You know, literally 1 minute it could be snowing, and then the next minute it's like, oh well, fuck, it's 100 degrees. But anyways, the humidity in Missouri has always been funky. But I have never, ever seen it this sticky Alabama, Georgia hot. Um, I don't know if it's true or not, but I was reading the Science Channel forum thing, or whatever it is on the thing. I don't really get on Facebook or anything like that, so I just go on the internet, read off of Google. Uh, that the temperature on the globe went up 1.5 degrees Celsius, which is whatever in Fahrenheit, I don't know, figured out. But that's not right. That's not right. That's wrong. What is that? Yeah, yeah. I bet that thing cut off. But anyways, as a cyst, I cut that fucker off, or I had the doc cut it off. Um, yeah. What the fuck, dude? Anyways, back to the thing. So the moral of the story is in 25 years, I never, ever, ever uh, remember it being this hot. And I've talked to 90% of the people I know. They're like, no, it's never been this humid hot in Missouri. Missouri has never been, a stranger to humidity, but nothing like this. This is the most. We're in the year 2023, August of 2023 in Missouri, and never, I don't ever remember it this awfully hot, you know. So I don't know. I just put something on the phone. What the fuck's that? I did something. Okay, but anyways, let's get back to this. I'm gonna start touching base on a few things. For starters, this 2JZ. This is the Lexus is300. Everybody knows what that is. Hell, a good amount of people around the world has seen this car. I mean, I don't want to get into it, but the car is pretty known. So, but anyways, see this engine? That's 2JZ. You see down in there? See right there, the thing says mobile barely. Well, that's the oil filter. And you would think that it could come out right here, right? Now, what's interesting is you're like, well, wait a minute, can it sneak through over here? Nah. Can it sneak through there? The only way, unless there's some way I don't feel like figuring out of getting that oil filter out of there, is undoing that dipstick tube and that bracket right there. And maybe from the bottom, if you take off that bottom shield, but damn, man, there ain't no reason for that. I don't know. There may be something else, but I don't have a car lift. So, and I've never, you just don't work on Lexuses too much. They don't require a lot of work unless you get one of those ones where the starter's in the center of the engine. That's weird. I'd stay away from those. But yeah, man. Anyways, someone tracked down the sumbitch that designed this engine and tell him a couple things. You know, tell him one, I'm thankful for the engine that he built, and he did a damn good job. But the design of it, accessing parts, just don't make a whole lot of sense. The one thing, I could see if it was a one-off part, like you might need to change it, like time and change or something. That's an oil filter. Unless the whole purpose is to change out oil filter from the bottom of the car, and you have to change everything out, take off the rear plastic shield that takes 20 minutes to take off and put on. But I've said it before, and I'll say it again. You know, actually, no, this car Toyota's made in Japan, so this don't fall under those guidelines. But you know, anything made in Japan's pretty gnarly shit. So they get dismissed for this. But anyways, when it comes to mechanics of a vehicle, more times than not, it's as if the person who designed the engine was not the same person who has ever worked on a vehicle a day in their life, or the same person that designed the body. It's like they're just something. I've seen, you know, parts where it's like, um, there's no way of getting that bolt out of there without taking out the radiator and shit. Or just stuff that don't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just weird. Anyways, so yeah, it's hotter than purgatory out here. And I don't think it's actually a good thing. I think we're in for some shit. I think our coldest, cold winters for here in Missouri are over. Like I said, I've lived here 13 or 14 years. I have to check the books. But for the past 8 years, I keep record. Like, I'll show my one thing one day about the Great Cough, which that's another story. I found a discrepancy in it. I tried to tell people, but no one wanted to hear it back in the day. And everybody's finding out now the Great Cough of 2019 was a fugazi. But anyways, um, yeah, it's really hellacious humid, and the temperature seems to be increasing. And our winters here, uh, it just not really that bad. I remember I had a couple jackets that I bought, and I was really excited, you know, because I was real proud of them. I'm like, hey, this is cool. I really am proud of this jacket right here. You know, I want to wear it. You know, haven't put it on in like 6 years because it's not even cold enough for me to wear like a double lined leather jacket, like a a real classy jacket, something that looks really good. It's not even cold enough. You know, I remember like 6 years ago I was helping a buddy, and no, it might have been seven, but it was the tail end of the really cold days here in Missouri, and it was so cold. I was on a piece of machinery, not moving, but just running the piece of machinery, helping him for a little bit, and my damn near toes froze like a rock. It was just piss cold. And then every year after that, it's been nothing. It's just been, I don't know. And it could surprise me, but the way it's looking, I think our climate thing here, I could give a shit about whatever anyone's agenda is. I know I'm sweating, you know, balls of sweat and shit here, and I never sweat this much. Like, I'm not a sweaty kind of person. I don't know if it's my older age catching up to me. I don't know if it's the climate going, cattywampus, but something's up. I know that, and I really wish everybody, the people that really, get shit done. I wish everybody would sit down at a table, Congress, whatever. I'm not getting political. Go run into a fucking wall face first. Um, I wish everybody would come to some kind of conclusion, because what's going to happen is one day everyone's going to look in the sky and be like, "What have we done? The Earth is in trouble. Can we stop it?" And if it comes to that, everyone's going to be like, "Sorry, we tried to tell you." It's not about being wrong or right. It's about you unplugging from pretend land and going over to YouTube. Come on, you can do it. Come on over to YouTube. It scares the fuck out of you, doesn't it? You bet your ass you're fucking afraid of YouTube. See, YouTube, it's reality too. Okay, you can type in anything and it ain't going to sugarcoat shit. It's going to tell you what the fuck you type in. So you type in, just really bad shit. Reality. But one of the things is the 100 tons of like trash in the ocean they try to clear out each year. There's a barge that goes, and just watch the video and you'll see all the trash. Like this giant thing the size of a football field uh, dredges the top of the ocean, not even the bottom, and it just drops it on a boat. It's like a ocean cleanup. Type that in. Go to YouTube and type in like ocean cleanup or some shit. Um, all the core drilling, the really deep drilling, that's got to stop. I'm telling you, you don't understand what you're asking. Regular mining, there's nothing wrong with that if it's done in a clean way, and there's not a lot of pollution in the process of doing it. As far as the coal goes, I don't know enough about it. I know the Earth needs it for the way we have our life, unless somebody can come up with something, which someone should be able to come up with something by now. But I hear from several people that it's not that good. Every guy that works at a coal mining plant, he gets black lung and he's in some trouble, you know. So that's right off the bat not a good thing. It's like, come on, guys, can't we figure something out here for this energy? Um, I don't know. I mean, we need energy because it makes life, very pleasurable. It's a luxury to have energy and stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. We just have to figure out a way to generate it. I don't get it. It is as so many smart people. Like I don't have the time or the brain space to figure this shit out. But why can't we run nuclear? I mean, no, seriously. Why can't we run these plants off of nuclear power? And if it's in a 100-foot vault thick case, have a vault where there's a concrete wall 100 feet thick, where nothing can get to it. What's the problem? What I'm trying to say is there's so many ways. As if everybody would stop and put their petty differences aside, we as a civilization would move so far. But everybody's so afraid of just being like, well, I'm sorry. It's humbling as shit to say you're sorry, but you know what? If you're wrong, does it matter? People will respect you if you just tell the truth. I mean, it's kind of weird at first, and people will probably fucking laugh at you and call you stupid and everything else, but then I'm like, well, he was telling the truth, fuck. Yeah, that's what happens when you tell the truth. You get laughed at, and a bunch of shit, but eventually the truth really does come out, and the people that were there will be there. The people that weren't. But anyways, uh, yeah, Mother Nature's in some trouble, folks. It's not a joke. You know, I've said this before. I'll say it again. There's nowhere else to go. Don't you understand? It's not like we can hop on a ship and go fly off to another planet. If we pollute this planet we're on, okay, so bad to where it's uninhabitable, we're in trouble. We're in so much trouble, and there's so many people, has tried for years to warn people. But people have that, well, I don't care mentality. Everything's fine right now, and I can't see it. But the thing is, everything really isn't fine. And you got these people going around throwing like fucking oil and paint on these very rare paintings. Stop that shit. Will you knock that shit off? I get your point. Okay? There's another way of doing it. All you doing is just messing up people's shit. That ain't helping it. If you're looking for attention, all of you get together in a field and turn on the camera and start talking. Okay, there's power in numbers. Okay, you can throw fucking paint on a Picasso. That's just gonna piss people off and be like, "You dirty motherfucker," for what you did. You just messed up a piece of artwork. And then bad stuff. People want bad stuff to happen to you, but you know what I'm saying? Okay, if there's that many, try to gather in field. Get all the people in your state. You know, just do something like that. Like, okay, there's 10,000 of us in this state that really are concerned that Mother Nature's in trouble. Well, have a meeting spot. Go to fucking Walmart. You know. So now you have a place, and you have the notoriety of Walmart. And Walmart's like, hey, fuckers, what are you doing? We're like, hey, dude, we're here trying to save the planet, and we need your backdrop, okay? Nothing personal. We'll wait till like 12 o'clock till you're closed, so I know you're not affecting business or anything. But actually, I think Walmart should be a meeting place after they close. And no, don't destroy the property or anything. Don't mess anything up. But I think large groups of people should meet at Walmart in the parking lot after they're closed and after everybody's gone. Walmart's not open 24 hours anyway, as far as I know. Most of them aren't. So the parking lot's empty, and everybody knows where the local Walmart is. But anyways, I'm not like a tree hugger, but from a mathematical certainty, I mean, I'm not wearing a shirt and shit, and I don't have like a fancy chalkboard behind me, but it's just a matter of time before Mother Nature can't handle no more. And everybody's like, oh, it's a big old Earth. Yeah, it is. But you understand how fragile this ecosystem is. And say you have a wheel on a car, okay? And you take off one of those weights. You're asking for some serious vibration. It's taken millions and millions and millions of years for this Earth to get the way it is. You understand, right? All of this back in the day, if you looked at it from the heavens, it was one continent. You understand that, right? Millions and millions of years ago. They call it, I think it was called Pangea back then, or Geneti, whatever you say it. But it was one continent. So the spinning of the Earth all these millions of years has slung the continents apart. It took millions of years to get those like that. And then you start going in and taking out all the soil from different spots. It may not have a big effect right at first, and it may not have none, or it could throw everything off tremendously. Once all it takes is one last thing, move, you know, a crater size, like 100 Walmart size hole in the ground, and that destabilizes the crust, thus pushing the continental shelf away and the other shelf pushing it, basically causing a really gnarly earthquake all the way around the world. And what I'm saying is it could happen. I don't have time to explain everything. I have to do what I have to do and try to survive and take care of my family and everything at the same time. There's people, you're out there, folks. If you have the money, okay, and you've been blessed with a building or something or a place to work out of, be focusing on something. And one more thing, I got something for your ass. I was laying in bed the other night pondering, got up, got me a glass of water, and I had an epiphany. And you're going to have to bear with me on this because some of you will be like, oh, no, dude. But it'll work, I promise. It'll work, I know it. Beyond a reasonable doubt, it'll work. Inmates, prisons, okay? Go to these prisons, okay? All these guys do is sit around. They have no time but to think. Do you understand? And teach them about cancer. Teach them about these problems we're having. And strike a deal with them. Say, listen, we're going to teach you how cancer grows, how it forms, and things we found that slow it down. Don't you understand? If you cut a deal with the criminals, and within reason, any of them, say you crack the code to cure cancer, you're out of here. You get a pardon. And I know you would say, man, there's some pretty funky dudes and stuff. Well, maybe so, but you have to balance it out on the scale of justice. To save 100 million, maybe that one person can redeem themselves and do good for all the bad they've done in life, you know? Or at least some bad, even if they just did a little bit of bad, they could still try to do good, you know what I'm saying? But think about it. Think about everything you have, like have, and stick to it. Be like, look, I'll pardon you. I don't care what kind of trouble I get in. I will write the pardon myself. Hell, I'll walk you out of that door, you cure cancer. And I'm not saying it would happen. I'm saying it's another avenue to to help these people. And I know you're probably like, dude, whatever. I don't really give up. It's one of those. Are you trying to do anything? If not, then have a cup. Shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, yeah, stuff like that. You know, have these inmates contemplate shit. If they're just sitting in there doing jack shit and they have nothing to look forward to other than shanking somebody at the end of the day, uh, it'll work. I'm telling you, it'll work. You got to start giving these inmates something. Be like, here's an option. If you do this right here and you crack this code while you're sitting in here staring at these four walls, I'll cut a deal with you. But it's going to be for the betterment of the world, or America, the world, whatever. Anyways, I got shit I gotta do. I don't. These are just quick thoughts, you know. Anyways, so I don't know. It is what it is. I mean, we have the power in our hands to change the world, but we watch everyone's dying inside to laugh. And I know you want to laugh. Laughing is so easy. You're just like, oh, please make me laugh, you know? It's like the whole world. I go in the comments section on YouTube, and 99% of the comments are people trying to be funny. And bless their heart, they ain't really funny. They're just trying to be. But people are they just want to laugh so bad, but everybody's has this miserable agenda. It's because the internet has made people just awful. People are rude and people are mean. And it's like people are so heartless. Not everybody. And I know there's some people trying to do good and whatever, but I don't know. A lot of things have to change. I mean, for the better, too. There's just so many people out there with money and time just sitting around, just bored out of their noodle. Do something. You have been blessed with money, with property. Fix the world. Help fix the world. You know, you can do it. I'm telling you.